All right, Coach. Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Tennessee Titans. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. And one.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Second and 15. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 92 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now he's going to swing. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 35-yard line. Coming. Check 50. Check 50.
Mariota hands to Henry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
No gain on the play.
It's third down and 10.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Motion, motion, motion. 44 is motion.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down. And you make the home crowd go,
We got this.
there is a hush indeed.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Second and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
44, Mike, 44.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. 44.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And an alley to run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Mariota gives to Henry. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Hey, check 24.
Derrick Henry.
Got you, boy.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. He finds Humphries. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. There's just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
With the score, Chargers 7, Titans nothing.
The Titans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we?
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And the return will stop right around the 25. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Throwing, Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Ready, set. 37's the Mike 37. Hey, watch the ball. Look at me. Go. What? Squeeze. Hey.
He'll drop to throw. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
19 yards. First down, Chargers.
Ready.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, watch the slant. Two draw quarter. Switch. Get it.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. 60 or. Set the turn, defense. Let's go. 5.
On second down now, it's Gordon. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach's talk was up.
It's caught inside the 25, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Titans have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Hey, Haywood! Hey! Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Hit it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Go! Hey, shoot! Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. Everyone, 30. Hey, foxtrot. Ready?
Looking to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Complete, Hunter Henry with a grab. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
70, Indy. Stop here, D.
They'll look to throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40 and down to the 28-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A first down throw for Mariota. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The 2nd down throw here for Mariota. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw now in his own end zone. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. They'll wind up with 7 on the dump-off, but it'll set up third down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Go. Check safety. Yep. When the rep, let's go. Move. Go.
Out of the gun now on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
And we're going 37 to Mike. Mike 30. Alpha. Fair.
He'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. He's got it at the 15. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
A pickup on the play of 54 yards. And the Chargers first.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Badgley able to knock this one through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, fellas.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
High 7.
He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Down. 90 Wolf. 55. No game on this defense. No game. Hey, wahoo. Hey. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, but it's going to be second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Yeah. Hey, Orbit. Everyone, 37's the mic.
Second and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
It's third down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go, Heavy what you got.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a fourth down now. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Titans offense sets